Greetings to all. My name is Manoj Kumar. I'm here to talk about the KP Level 2 program, which has the content of communication and presentation techniques, interview techniques, team dynamics. So, the star it starts with the communication techniques. Communication technique is the crucial step from collaboration among the people and motivation the different type the people, and these can be only be accomplished and with the communication. It can be delivered in different ways, and some of the non-verbal communication signals are such as written communication, telephone communication, oral communication, face-to-face communication, non-verbal communication, body posture, facial expression, and communication can be portrayed during conversation. Next, the global communication consideration. Communication is a complex process where when the auditor faces a foreign language barriers, and even when everyone is speaking the same language, using interpreters in some audits may be required, but if it also have disadvantages where they don't have the technical expertise. Some of the precautions to be considered for using normal internet uh, correspondence and for translation from English to other languages, or such as avoid words that have multiple meanings and use of consistency in terminology. Do not use complex sentences or simple direct sentences. Avoid most abbreviations, acronyms, contractions, and also puns, slangs, and idiotic expressions should be avoided. Be especially careful with the contract language and avoid Latin abbreviations. So next, time zone. Time zone is crucial for international business activities like virtual meetings and synchronous online discussions. It has advantages to maintain consistency in response times and in certain situations. Speech can be overwhelming in competitive advantages. Next, the cultural consideration. These are the things we must consider while doing business in international standards. So they are like cultural consideration, business practices, virtual audits, written communications. In cultural conditions, e-business or B2B commerce must be aware of the culture differences and human commonality of any form or prejudice, stereotyping, or discrimination must be avoided. Many international organizations consist of diverse culture, and auditors should design communication to help the bridge of the cultural gap. So, business practices. These may differ in different foreign languages, countries. Being aware of those standards and practices is important as equally as the number of technical communication and management techniques that are audited processes. Virtual audits, as it has become possible and easy to communicate globally in these days, updates such as chat rooms, teleconferencing, and video conferencing are crucial and critical advantage in this competitive market. Next, we move to written communications. So, writing is more about clear thinking than having a writing style. We should deliver the sole objective of the message and should be clear for the audience to read it. The writer should also know what they want the recipient to do and the reason for doing it. Next, we move on to presentation skills. Good presentation skill is an asset to an auditor and also a necessary for a lead auditor. Presentation skills show the competence of the auditor, and skill can be improved by using computer generated techniques, videotaping management presentation, and analyzing the better ways to deliver their presentation. Some of the common audit presentation methods are set the proper tone, consider consistency, use management summarize, use visualize, use the sketch method, and use the charts and the tables. Use presentation dashboards such as dial charts, pie charts, spotlights charts, and bar charts, etc. Also, basic quality presentation tools such as check sheet, petro diagram, histogram, graphs control chart, cause and effect diagram, scatter diagram, etc. These are the tools we can use in the presentation. So, interview and interviewing techniques. Interviewing is usual technique to collect information about any or about anyone or a product, process, technique, or a person. Uh, the characteristics of a good interview includes ability to know what kind of question to ask and the effect of and what kind of question to ask, to listen effectively and provide a feedback. Asking good questions is a particularly important in the organization where they work together to achieve a common purpose. Depends upon the mutual understanding and form basic organization effects. So some of the interviewing techniques are such as open-end question, probing question, silence, pauses, and paraphrasing. Auditor must also ask what and how questions, and I mean W and H questions, which wherever necessary to get more details in the subject. Open-ended questions are they will allow to get you the additional information during the discussion and probing rather than simple yes or no questions where they have to be more elaborate when the answer is to be an outcome. So closed-end questions are like self-contained question which are like small answers like yes or no. Simple answers are good enough. Next, empathy, which can be expressed verbally and doesn't affect the results of the audit. Interview evasiveness, evasive auditor answer to audited questions may surface during an audit. Interviewing avoidance or direct answers usually fall within the audit. Auditee does not know the information or the auditee does not wish to reveal the information. Sometimes the auditee may give lengthy and complex answers as an attempt to either confuse the auditor or to satisfy the auditor that the action has been taken. Auditor should listen carefully, rephrase the question, and probe the original question after they have been answered to satisfaction. Next, individual interviews. In this individual interview technique, extensive questions of an individual is asked. It is necessary to pursue the line of investigation, and these interviews are usually conducted in private and quiet settings away from the production noise and interpretation and distractions. It is necessary to avoid intimation or coercion of the interview by the superior. Auditor in the attendance during the private interview even have sensitive issues for several reasons, such as the escort may be able to fill any missing information gaps. There are less likelihood of the escort or others in the auditee organization will harbor resentment or disturb the individual interviewed by or the auditor. The auditee escort also hears that the information firsthand can verify sustainable or refute the information. The reputation of the auditor regarding the any fabrication or embellishment of the interview statement is protected. So next, group interviews. Group interviews are a valuable and necessary tool which gives the auditor a chance to address the questions to a specific individual and give an opinion, give an option that the auditor to point the questions to different people in the group. The auditor should not allow others of the group to speak for the individual. Like it can be helped with the presence of a supervisor or a superior who may interpret the individual response and answer the question to show the authority or knowledge. This may occur on an attempt to hide non-compliance of on some sensitive issues. Next, we move on to team dynamics. The fundamental purpose of establishing team is to improve the internal effectiveness of the company. It also improves the quality methods and productivity through the efforts of the team members. If the teams are properly functioning, it will build the characteristics in technical aspects, open and strong working relationship for everyone in the team. So types of teams are like improved teams, process improvement teams, project team, task force, ADHOC teams, self-directed teams, cross-functional teams, quality teams, and audit teams. So next, team organization. Members of the teams are normally come from the defined work area. Outside the specialist can be included in the membership either as an active member or a contributing guest. Leadership is usually given to the area supervisor for the team improvements. Some of the team roles are like leader, timekeeper, recorder, boss secretary, and team member. Some of the other factors to be considered in a team organization are like team member skills in total, team membership, team size, team diversity, team building activities, and team management presentations. Uh, Team life cycle characteristics are of three different stages. They are like build phase, which comes under forming or storming, develop phase, which comes under norming, and optimist phase, which is the final level performing. The four stages of develop the four stages these develop with an adjustment to performance and time. So forming, it is the beginning stage where the members are like inexperienced, excited, anxious, and proud. Storming, which after some training they will be given this category where the members have the confrontation, think individually, has divided loyalties and learning roles. Norming, it's like next to the performing stage, which where the members are cooperate, uh, talk things out, focus on objective. They have fewer conflicts. Performing, this is like the final form of the team, where the members show maturity, focus on process to achieve goals, operate smoothly. That's it. Thank you.